Welcome back to the channel, everybody. In today's video, we're going to try the last ditch effort at refilling this Enhydro Agate that was given to me. I've had this thing for about a year now. It was given to me by Kyle over at World of Rockhounds. He said that when he got it, it was mostly full and it had lost about half of its water. He gave it to me. I've tried a couple of different things to refill it. I was taking weight measurements of it to see if I was able to get water back in. Nothing really worked. It's been sitting in this little jar of water for a year, vacuum packed. Let's take it out and I'll tell you what probably the final step is going to be for attempting to put liquid back into this agate. So here you can see that water level in there. I gotta dry this off. It's kind of hard to actually see. I think there you go. You can kind of see that we have that water level in there. Well, somehow it lost water. The plan is I'm going to head over to my friend Curtis's house. He has a vacuum chamber. So we will put it back in the water, pull a vacuum in hopes that we pull this air out of this and it's, well, replaced with water. In this case, distilled water. So that or it's going to break in the process. Either way, it should be kind of interesting, a little experiment to be able to see if these guys are refillable. I sure would like it to be refillable. Wouldn't that be cool? All right, so let's head over to Curtis's house. All right, I'm over here at the Hound of Rocks. I got to get me one of those. I like that.
Yeah, it's neat.
There's Curtis, and he's got his, so it's a vacuum pump.
It is.
Vacuum pump.
Yep.
A pot. And then the special lid.
Yeah.
It's not a special pot, is it?
No, it's just a regular pot, but it comes with it. So it's just a stainless steel pot.
Okay.
But it turns it into a vacuum chamber, right? So
the idea is we're just going to put this in there. Put this Enhydro in there and fire this up. And in theory, since the water is evaporating out, we should be able to pull the air out or break it in the process.
I think you are correct.
Do you have any predictions?
It could break.
I think it might break.
But I don't know. I mean, it's definitely gonna pull air out of it, so it'll be interesting to see if it doesn't. I mean, it's rock, so it might not break.
Do you think we'd be able to see bubbles?
We will be able to see bubbles.
Okay.
We'll see bubbles right away.
All right.
I would be, if we don't see bubbles, that'd be more interesting if we don't see bubbles.
Well, I think, can we fire this thing up and see what happens here? I appreciate you lending your vacuum chamber here.
1 second, we get a screwdriver here really quick.
I recognize that.
Yeah, nice material. Make sure that's on here tight.
I like the tongue and groove you have going on in the compound.
All right, we're ready to rock and roll.
Yeah. No, come on, look this side.
Let's see here, it should start to. It's going to take a minute for the pressure to build up. And once the pressure builds up, it should start bubbling away.
Your vacuum pump's way quieter than what I was expecting.
It is not too loud. There we go.
I should have put a GoPro in there.
I'm amazed it's not bubbling already.
Do you think time matters? Do you think like the time under pressure?
Honestly, I don't know.
I guess it would be time under vacuum and not pressure.
It's starting to bubble a little bit, so you're starting to see some bubbles that are starting to come up. There we go.
The question is, are those bubbles coming from underneath it, or
those bigger ones are. It's definitely going to pull all the air out of the water, I think, as well first.
And you've been using this for stabilizing, right? Like turquoise and...
Stabilizing turquoise, and I tried some of that calcite from Snake River, the canyon, which stabilized pretty nice. So
maybe you can show us a piece or two. I would love to refill this thing. I think that'd be kind of cool.
It'll be interesting to see if it does. I think the rock is going to be strong enough that it'll hold up, and that it's just going to take some of the air out and hopefully suck some water in.
Yeah.
There's got to be a way that, you know, if it's coming out of there, there's got to be a way for water to get back in. So. Yeah,
so I mean, I haven't had the chain of custody of this agate has not been fully under my care. Kyle, World of Rockhounds Kyle, he sent it to me, and I guess when he got it, it was like almost entirely full, and then over the course of a number of years or whatever, it dehydrated down.
Wow.
So
I think we're going to be letting it bubble away for a while.
All right. Well, if it works, I would definitely probably keep it in water from now on.
Yeah, if you want to keep the bubble. Although it's nice to have a little bit of air in there, because then you don't even see the bubble. You know.
Yeah, if you don't see the bubble, it's just a rock. All right. Well, we'll check back in here when this thing's done.
For us to let the air out, so we can slowly let the air out.
I think we should see if there's any change whatsoever.
Yeah. I have a scale. Did you bring your scale?
I didn't.
I have one though. So, but then again,
I mean, we can even just hold it up and we can hold it up and look. I think.
All right.
I mean, in theory, it should have done that thing. It didn't break.
Let's give it a slow release here. Let's let it go a little slower than that, so we don't pop the thing. It wouldn't be fun if all of a sudden it just kind of blew because we let the pressure out too fast.
Well, you've started a YouTube channel. You have an Instagram account. I
am much more on Instagram. I've only done one YouTube video, and that was pretty humorous. So watch it. There'll be more one of these days. It takes time.
Oh yeah.
Kudos to you guys that make the YouTube stuff. It takes a lot of time and effort. That's for sure.
It does. Yeah. And everybody has their own little path for starting, right?
Yeah.
I don't recommend people go watch my first 10 videos, but
you might not want to watch my first one.
Yeah, how things have changed.
Right.
So I think we're close to 0 there. Is that the...
Yep.
All right, let's see. Nope.
Doesn't look any different.
Water level's right there at the bottom.
I think you'd have to weigh it to be sure. I'd be amazed if you didn't get a little something.
Wait, did I? I would have to go and check my weights. I feel like it may have refilled a little bit. Ever so slightly. Well,
the weight will be the key.
Yeah, I mean, the idea is nice.
That's just huge, that pocket in there.
Yeah, it's really big. Really big. Well, I think we'll have to take it back and try it out and put it on the scale. Thank you for, if I might have to get one of these.
Yeah, they're a fun toy. It didn't break.
Yeah, I'm surprised it didn't break and it didn't fully refill under the vacuum.
Didn't do either, really. So
well, it's an interesting experiment. So many people told me I have to run it in a vacuum chamber,
To try it.
To try it. To be like, that's how you're going to refill it. Put it in a vacuum chamber. Put it in a vacuum chamber. And it didn't do anything. Did it do anything? I don't know. A bigger vacuum pump?
Or longer could be too. It might be it just needs to be in there longer, possibly. I mean, maybe we left it in there for 45 minutes, maybe.
Yeah.
So another try maybe at another point. Maybe it's a couple hours.
It's like drill a hole in it and fill it up. Put a cork in it.
When I do the turquoise, it was about a 4-hour process until I stopped it. So it might just be that it needs to be longer. But
well, we're gonna take it back to the shop, put it on the scale. I'll go check what the actual weight of it was before because I totally forgot. Well, it's always a pleasure to be able to go hang out with a fellow rockhound and talk shop and see what they have going on. So it's always good to be able to go over to Curtis's house. I have the scale here. My past weight on it before going over to his place was 33.8 grams. And we're at 35 grams now, 35.1. So we picked up 2 grams of water. I'm a little surprised by that. I was going to expect a little bit more. So picking up 2 grams of water in like an hour in a vacuum chamber isn't what I was expecting. I was expecting it to either break from the process or totally like refill. So I don't know. I mean, at that rate, I mean, it'd probably have to be in that vacuum chamber for a day or more, a day or two. So maybe if and when I get my own, I can do that. But yeah, it really makes you wonder, like, what was the actual process like for the initial formation of the Enhydro? It's not a subject that I'm super knowledgeable about, but you know, it's fun to try to experiment with this stuff. Well, I think that we're going to leave this one here. That's the Enhydro refilling vacuum chamber experiment, and I will catch you guys in the next video.